Alright, so here's my first commentary video, somewhat scout tutorial-ish type situation. I made this video for those of you, and you know who you who are attack chopper whores who come into maps where someone's already in the attack chopper and then you suck in the scout. So, this is a scout tutorial, obviously Armored Shield, one of the more difficult scout maps because you can be spotted from anywhere. There's not a lot of elevation changes, not a lot of places to hide. So if you can do well in Armored Shield, you can pretty much do well in any map. As you can see, I have proximity scan on. This is a must for the scout chopper. Everybody out there should have proxy scan on your scout chopper, and that's something that never changes. You should never take off proxy. And as you see, I'm low to the ground, and as you watch this entire video, I very rarely even ever go above radar. Right? That's why all you fucking scrubs come in and you can only get 10 kills in the scout because you're way up in the sky for too damn long. All your bread and butter is going to be shooting infantry guys walking on the ground, capping objectives. Now, in this particular game, I have somebody in the attack chopper, but since this video is sort of for people who, like, come into my rooms and I'm in the attack chopper and then they get in the scout and they're not typical scout pilots, and not singling anyone out, there's quite a few of you, you know, this is for them, so I would be in the attack chopper, so it's relevant to have somebody good in the attack chopper while I'm doing this, because it's kind of trying to show the perspective of being in game. You know, even though if you're in a game with me, I'll actively protect you more than these guys. They're killing, but they're not looking at me, trying to help me, being my friend, you know. I will actively provide support to the scout chopper, help him when he's in jeopardy, kill the AA, kill the attack chopper when he comes on him. But anyway, as you can see here, we're low to the ground, and typically in the scout, you'll encounter most often the deadliest thing to the scout is going to be RPG. Oh, and let's throw the gunship in there. Now, obviously, gunship's not. Dude gets a random lucky shot. But tanks, RPGs, that's going to be my biggest concerns because I'm low to the ground. Stingers, not so much, because I stay so low to the ground that if I countermeasure and I'm still getting stung, I just get out of the chopper. So if you're in a scout chopper by yourself, you should very rarely be getting stingered because you can land and get right out and get right back in ECM. Like typically you'll see, I probably do it in this video, I'm sure. Someone will sting me, I'll ECM, I won't be able to find them, I'll land, get out, get back in, let them fire again, ECM, and then I'll see where they're at and either land again and then ECM before they finish locking and go kill them, or I'll be able to see them right after the first time I land and get up in ECM. I'll find them before they get the lock on. I think, here we go, yeah, I believe I killed all three of these guys. Now, typically, like I was going to say for that, like if you're a scrub, you want to start off with the person closest to you. I started off with the middle guy, you know, because obviously as you fly up, you're going to close the distance to the closest guy first. So, like if you're not that good, you would have wanted to shoot the guy closest to you first. So always shoot the closest enemy. It gives you time to close down. I was running guided in this, I should have said at the beginning of the video. But I'll just say it now instead. So here's the attack, and here's where most of y'all screw up. Y'all would have already been shooting at both of them, and they would have spotted you due to your crosshairs. So now you see that I'm shooting below the horizon, and the scout doesn't see where I'm at. If I'm up, down, below, shooting up, everything's gonna see my tracers going into the air. So typically you want to make sure you're shooting down to the ground so that your tracers can't be spotted from across the map. Now here's one of the scenarios where I was saying like I would be on top of that attack chopper, but you know these guys run zoom, so they're a little further back. I run thermal, so I'd be at echo already. So you know being in the scout, you wouldn't have to worry about the attack as much. But obviously, heat seekers are of no fucking use whatsoever. Heat seekers are absolutely bogus. And I know some of you out there who are really good disagree with me, but if you're not really good, fuck the heat seekers. It's a waste of your time even to go above radar and try to lock. The whole scenario is a complete waste of your time. Even if you do get them, congratulations, you went up for 45 seconds, fired 6 heat seekers and killed somebody. Wow, that fucking took a goddamn hour and a half for one fucking kill. And that's if the guy doesn't jump out of the chopper, which typically if you're using heats, they're going to jump out of the chopper anyway. So, you know, not only are you going to spend a lot of time, but a lot of times it doesn't even yield the kill because they just hop out. When you're gunning them, you don't have as much time to hop out. So you want to utilize stealth. So like right here, that attack chopper, if I would have locked onto him, well, I guess the pilot fucked up there. The pilot would have, the gunner saw me because he had thermal, but the pilot wasn't really confident. But if I would have locked onto him with heat seekers, he would have been like, oh, I'm getting locked, scout. If you just roll up with your gun, that's how you stealth on people. You're never going to stealth on somebody if you're constantly locking them. And the same applies, like, typically when I'm in the scout, I would almost prefer not to have a co-pilot laser painting shit, because when you laser paint some shit, now I don't have stealth anymore. He knows I'm there, he knows I'm shooting at him, he knows I see him, he's going to be looking for me. If you don't lock, nobody's going to be looking for anything. They don't typically see you. So I stay below radar, and if the chopper comes, I wait for him to come to me. Basically, you don't attack the choppers. You defend against the choppers. You let them come to you. If the chopper never flies up to me, I got no problem never shooting him. It doesn't matter to me. Because as you'll see, I think I get 30-something kills in this game. You know, a couple of them are helicopters, obviously, but if you look, they all fly to me. I don't go to any of them. I don't know how many people I've seen trying to chase down the attack chopper, which is obviously faster than the scout chopper, so that's uber retarded. But if you just stay below radar and wait till they get gun close, you don't need heat seekers. Now here I think I'm being stung and I'm trying to hide behind this building. Or no, I might actually be turning my capture card on at this point to record this match. I think I stopped there. So now here's an important factor why you need guided. I'm not going to kill that AA, but I want to make him smoke. So now he's not shooting at me because he doesn't see me, and now I can drop back below radar, lose the spot, and then come back to him again. If you don't make him smoke, he's going to see. Now right here, I should have seen that guy on the mini-map. I took way too long to note, like, I noticed him right about now, but I took way too long to notice that guy on the mini-map, and I got lucky that he didn't kill me with RPG. Like, you know, when you're below radar, obviously you want to be on your mini-map fucking 24/7. And I think there's even after that, I think another guy pops up on the mini-map who I don't see. Yeah, right there. And I think I take too long to see that guy too. So, you know, when you're using proxy, staying low below radar, you gotta watch. That's, you know, you're gonna get RPG'd. You gotta watch the mini-map constantly. And typically, where most people fuck up is they see the chopper and they fly towards him. So they, you know, they leave that guy on the ground. They end up not seeing the motherfucker stinging them, trying to go after the chopper. So see, as you see here, I don't go attack that chopper. He flies towards me, I shoot him. If he doesn't fly towards me, fucking have a great day, sir. None of your concern. I mean, you know, a lot of people have the mentality of, I want to shoot the biggest thing, moving the fastest. No, that's retarded. You want to get a bunch of kills, and that's going to come from infantry, not from fucking choppers. It's the choppers fucking... Same with tanks, and I think I shoot a tank later in this video, but you shouldn't shoot tanks either. It's a lot of work for one kill, not a lot of reward. And the time you shoot a tank, I can go to an objective and shoot 6 people on the fucking objective. So see here, I get hit by Stinger, I get out, he can't lock onto me, you get out and repair. I'm surprised that tank didn't kill me. I remember when I did this, I thought I was going to be dead from that tank, but he didn't even fucking notice me. So then I go up, you know, check, I thought it was a dude coming from the bridge, I can't remember. Oh, and yeah, when you're being locked, you switch to third person. So I'll let them lock me, I switch to third person, ECM, after I let them fire, and you increase your field of vision to see which direction stingers are coming from. You might not actually see it exactly, but you'll be able to see which way it flies past your chopper and then get a general direction. So then you land, get out, now you know which way to fly once you get back in and you have your ECM again. And now right here, I'm not being locked, so I switch seats. And I think somebody shoots me. No? Here, at some point in time, I land a repair and somebody shoots me. Which, like, if I was in the attack chopper, that would never happen because I would be looking at you the whole time. And if you're in the scout and I'm in the attack and I see you land, I'm gonna sit, you know, I'll sit there and stare at you until you go up, so no one's gonna walk up on you. Obviously, not even just being friendly. That's a good practice if you're in the attack because you don't want the enemy to take your scout and, you know, won't notice him. He won't be in the timing of you knowing the chopper's coming up, so he'll just pop up with a chopper out of nowhere and smoke you. So obviously it's beneficial to you and beneficial to your teammate to not allow someone to kill him while he's repping. So, you know, if you're playing with your friends in the scout, pay attention to what the hell is going on with him. Because obviously, as you're being stung, you know, in the attack, I'll be killing those stinger people in the scout, so it's, you know, mutually beneficial to have your scout out there. Now obviously it helps, you know, to have a scout like me that's staying low, capping objectives, I think later I get killed and they take some objectives. You know, your job in the scout is the objectives. That's job number one, cap the objectives. Especially if you have a friend. Oh yeah, I get killed right here. Now see, I can't remember. That guy might have been on my proxy scan when I came down to land. I'm not sure. I don't know how to rewind while I'm doing commentary because it's the first time I've done it. But he may have been on my mini map when I came down to the ground. I should have seen that, but it wasn't. I was getting locked on by so much stuff that I didn't really pay attention to it at that moment. But obviously, you should. You know, once again, even here, approaching the map, stay low so you won't be spotted. If you go high up in the air, fucking AA is going to spot you from 1.5 miles away because he's going to be sitting there looking in the air. So if you're 200 meters in the air, you know, you're going to get spotted. And then people go, I go 700 meters in the air and no one sees me. Yeah, but you don't get any fucking kills, do you, retard? That shit is stupid. All your kills are going to come from the ground. You're not fucking, you know, and if you, like, after you watch this, pay attention. Like, pay attention to the percentage of your kills that come from the gun and the percentage of your kills that come from heat seeker. Don't just be, oh, chopper, me shoot heat seeker. You know, say, hey, I shot 37 heat seekers to get 4 kills. Like, that's a waste of your fucking time. Meanwhile, you fire your gun for 3 seconds at an infantry guy, he's dead. You got the kill. So, you know, don't be so concerned with the fucking vehicles. Let them be. If they ignore you, if they don't see you, let them go. So see here, I turned around because after a while I realized it was the attack on me because I was low enough right there that no stinger from Echo should have been able to lock me because I made that berm, that rock in the middle. So once I got to the ground there and I was still being locked, at that point I knew it was a chopper. So I turned around for it. You know, when you stay low to the ground, you can use elevation changes to know when and where you're being locked from. And then I think this dude right here I get randomly, but I saw him on the minimap and I took way too long to shoot him. Now right there, if I, you know, notice what he has. I noticed that he had a stinger, so I had no problem staying right there. Obviously, if he would have had an RPG when I looked down, I would have just bailed and tried to fly, you know, get further away and reacquire him. So, you know, pay attention to that. Look, when you're shooting somebody, look at their back. Look what's in their hand. Do they have a stinger? Do they have an RPG? You know, if they have a stinger, fly right towards them. And I don't know if I do it in this or not, but, you know, the closer you get to a stinger, the less effective it is. So if someone's stinging you and you get to within 5 feet of them, the stinger's gonna fly right past you. You don't even need your. A basic rule of thumb is try to road kill him. If you're in a position where you know you can't run, you see the stinger dude, you know where he's at, he's relocking you, you've already countermeasured. Try to road kill him. The close, you know, he's a stinger dude. He's not gonna RPG you. The closer you get to him, you know, the less likely you are to be hit with stinger anyway. So just try to fucking, you know, obviously try to shoot him, but I say try to road kill him just as in, you know, nose down and fly to him as fast as you can. Let's see here. Now I'm drawing a blank on what happens at this particular juncture. Time. I saw that dude on the mini map. He got stolen. Obviously, he ran a so flame. Oh. And later, actually, the other day I thought I was doing it, but I forgot to have my capture card. I don't think. Ah, yeah, right there. Actually, I wish I could rewind that, but now I remember that moment. But if you go back to that rewind and listen to that javelin, and hear when the boop, when I hit my ECM is, I thought that was a guided from the chopper. So I ECM late, but when it's a javelin or a guided, you want to stay as close to the ground as possible and ECM like 3-4 seconds after the missile fires, because javelin flies slow. So you want to take as much time as possible. Right there, I knew it was a guided coming because I was being painted below radar. So I knew it was a guided or a javelin. I just thought I knew the range of it. I thought it was coming from that chopper. I thought it was closer. And had it been from the chopper, the time that I pressed ECM would have been sufficient. But it came from a javelin that was 100 meters behind the chopper. So I ended up hitting it too early. You hit it too early. Javelin is so slow and takes so much time to fly over to you that if you ECM right when it fires, your ECM is going to be burnt out right when the missile gets to you. So, and it'll circle you a couple times. So the later the better. I didn't do it right there, but once you're below radar and you know you're being painted, switch to third person and look for the javelin. 9 times out of 10, you'll see it flying in the air because it's going to be coming nice and slow. So you'll see the thing, and ECM, once it gets close to you, you stay close to the ground, and if you ECM late enough, you can stay in the air and it'll circle you and go away, but it's typically very hard to ECM to, you know, you would literally have to ECM when it's 50 meters from you for that to work. So that's why you want to stay close to the ground so that when it circles you, it hits the ground. So you ECM late, it circles you, you're down low, it circles you, hits the dirt, you know. So, but you can out time it if you hit it late enough. So if you wait till it gets close enough, you can hit it with, you know, you can dodge it without hitting the ground. But it's just, you know, safer practice that when you know a laser's on you, just get to the ground. It doesn't matter, even if it's fine. If somebody's like, oh, so flam, right when you hear that, bam, right to the fucking dirt. So, because if something fires, you're gonna know that it's, you know, it could be a javelin. So you should already be close to the ground anyway, because you need to do that to dodge the guided javelin. Oh, that spawn is right where my crosshairs are. There's a spawn here. There's another one to my right in that building, right where that guy spawned. That's spawn number 2. But I see him on proxy. So I sit to where, and then there's a spawn right underneath me right here in this shed. So I sit to where I can see those 2 spawns on proxy, and I can see the 3rd spawn right in my crosshairs. So if he spawns on one, he's immediately dead. If he spawns on the other 2, I can see him on proxy. But typically when you hover right there, they don't spawn them next to you because you're there. They'll spawn them at the fuel tank. So 9 times out of 10, if you sit there and look in the chopper and look at that fuel tank, that's where they'll spawn. And, you know, obviously, I highly recommend knowing where the spawns are, because if you're in the chopper, you know, that's how you cap an objective. I roll up to the objective, I kill the dude there, then now I know. So now I notice right here, I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm getting too high. Let me just shoot at this AA, and then I think I should drop back below radar here. Yeah. So most people, that's where you would fuck up. You would stick with it until I get it killed. No, you just fire and forget. Get back below radar. Don't fuck around up in the air. You need to notice anytime you're over motherfucking, you know, 26 meters, you need to fucking double check yourself and say, let me, you know, well, let me fucking get back below radar. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, type of situation. And it literally in the scout, there is no occurrence ever where you want to be above radar. You just, there's no reason for it. If you're above radar, you're gonna do a lot of work and you're gonna get 1 kill, maybe 2. So it's gonna be completely fucking fruitless, and it's gonna take a long time. So you stay low to the ground, infantry, dead, 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 all over the place. That's how you get kills in the fucking scout. You don't fuck around with the damn. You don't worry about shooting the choppers. I shoot the choppers if they come to me. And I know a lot of people are like, no man, no, they're wrong, they're garbage, and I'll fucking kill them in the attack chopper in the game because they shoot at me. I don't know how many scouts I never notice, and then they shoot at me. I'm gonna kill you in 5 fucking seconds if you're in a scout and I'm in an attack. It's better to just not be seen. Typically, especially, you know, because I'm playing the objective, so I cap the points. So now I've reached a juncture in time where the attack chopper has other shit to be concerned with because I've capped all the objectives. My team has moved up. My AA's here, my mobile artillery's here, the attack chopper's here. So 9 times out of 10, when a chopper comes up, he's got other stuff to worry about because I've capped the objectives so thoroughly. All the other vehicles on my team have moved up and had time to not worry about capping the objectives. They just go, oh, there's a chopper, shoot him. You know, they don't have to worry about taking points. They don't have to worry about the tanks because everything has been condensed and pushed back to the other side of the map. So in the scout and in the attack, actually, but more so in the scout because you don't have as much killing power, it's very important that you control the objectives. That's how you know where you're being shot from. That's how you know what's shooting at you by what objectives are controlled by your team. So right now, right when that stinger came, I knew it was coming from somewhere here around Echo. It ain't coming from Charlie. It ain't coming from Bravo. You know, it's right here somewhere because I've capped all the objectives. And the same thing applies for the chopper. So if the chopper comes up and I stay right where I'm at and I'm shooting dudes at Echo, 9 times out of 10, something's gonna be locking him before I before he shoots me. Now I see the scout here, but again, same sort of situation where I know everything's shooting at him. And oh, he got me with guided right there. I should have ECM later and went to the ground. I was expecting too much of the attack chopper and the AA because usually, like, if I'm in the attack, the scout would never make it up that far. So I don't know. I was like, just expecting him to be killed. But that right there, I fucked up. It was stupid. I saw the laser. I knew it was a laser, and I made the most common mistake of going, oh, well, I'm being locked. Let me just finish shooting at this. No, you don't finish shit. You fucking evade the moment you know something's going down. The moment I was being laser painted, right when I saw that laser, I should have immediately dropped below radar, even though I knew it was a guided. And actually, that was a point for what I said earlier, where I was saying that if you know it's a guided, you can ECM late enough. Right there, I tried that. I thought that I knew where he was. I was going to say, fuck it. I knew it was a guided. I tried to ECM as late as possible, and it still wasn't late enough, and I died because I didn't drop to the ground. If I would have dropped to the ground right there and ECM'd at the same point in time, I would have survived. And I guess that will wrap this shit up. I can't believe, I was wondering, like, what am I going to say? And I fucking talked for the whole goddamn 20 minutes. I was planning on talking for a couple minutes and then putting a goddamn music track in there, but choppering is motherfucking complicated. Peace out, bitches.